all of you are renewable source, a resource of hope. You know, you're living in another country, you have your own concerns, you have your own challenges, but also you are walking in our shoes a few miles, a few thousands of miles, and this gives us hope. And we are students of history, learning about the civil rights movement, what happened in South Africa, in Northern Ireland, in different places of the world, give us hope, you know, because injustice will not last forever. I have hope with my kids who really study abroad and they live very beautifully in abroad rather than to come to the small prison or to the small cell, but they decide to come here and really struggle with us, to be with the family, with the community. This gives me hope. And of course, my hope comes from my faith. You know, faith is very important. You know, we are maybe devastated, but not lost hope, you know, as in Paul letter, you know, perplexed, but and so on. I believe we have hope with the rising Christ, despite that uh, goes, you know, we are every day in our Via Dolorosa, the stations of the cross. And we know the last station is in the Holy Sepulchre. Christ is resurrected. And this is that give us hope and victory over injustice. And when we talk about injustice, we are talking about all kinds of injustice. And when we talk about justice, we are talking about justice for all humanity, for all faith followers. Justice is based on not only restorative justice, but on win-win rather than zero sum.
Just to add to this, I think the fact that all signs indicate that there is no progress, but yet you are still working, and you're still working with us towards justice. That is very hopeful. We're not giving up. But also, I think one of the most important places of hope for me is the actual community that we serve in, the Palestinian people who continue to struggle and who continue to build this community and be there for each other. I mean, we saw during coronavirus, no one went hungry in Bethlehem, even when they haven't had a job or a salary for years, because neighbors are still there, the community still exists. But I also think about those most marginalized by the occupation. At our center every year, we have a children's summer camp. We have work with youth, we have work with women, a marginalized group in the society, and yet they are all still hopeful. And they see the change and they're working to realize that change. And more specifically, one of the youth that we work with has been imprisoned by Israel. His father was martyred by Israel, by the Israeli occupation. And he has two siblings who are currently serving time in Israeli political prisons. And he was just released about a year ago after being detained at the age of 12. And we were having this conversation with him. So now that you are out, what are you looking forward to? And his answer always astonishes us. He says, I want to go back to school, and then I want to go to university, and I want to study Arabic so that I can become an Arabic teacher and teach our people how to love themselves and their culture. I mean, in the face of such injustice, there is this very strong, resilient spirit. And that spirit is strengthened by your presence. So all of this gives me and gives us hope.
And I